New injection day and my 7-week weigh-in on Mounjaro. Hi, I'm Dina, and welcome to my channel, Living Mosaic. Today I'm going to talk about changing my injection day and why I'm doing that, as well as my weigh-in. So, first of all, I've been on Mounjaro 2.5 for a full 6 weeks, and I am starting week 7 today. My regular injection day has always been Tuesday evenings, but I started thinking about now that I'm in beginning week 7, I wanted to start considering what it looks like to move up in dose. I know the basic or the standard is 2.5 for 4 weeks, and then you move up from there. That's even what my doctor told me. And I also hear that a lot when I peruse other videos. But I didn't really want to rush it, and I think having the access to what I've had so far was another reason why I didn't want to rush it, because I had the 4-pen sample that my doctor started me on, and then I was prescribed 2 months worth. So that's, 12 pens. And I'm just now beginning my week 7 pen. I took it out of the refrigerator so it'll get a little bit more room temperature. So I have 12 total pens. And I do have an appointment with her coming up where I'm going to ask her um, about going to 5 milligrams. And the only reason I'm thinking that is because I've been on the 2.5 and it will be over the initial 4 weeks or whatever. A lot of people tell me to just stay on the lowest dose for as long as you can. And I do get that. I understand that. I just feel like I want to kick things into gear a little bit more. And I want to try out the 5 milligram dose to see what happens there. I'm doing really good on the 2.5 milligram dose. I have little to none food noise. So I feel like it's going really well. It's very successful for me, and I don't have side effects. Now, the very beginning there were some, but for the most part, that's all just gone away once I was used to injecting the medication and it getting into my system. So I know that there may be a risk of added side effects taking the higher dose. And I've heard, especially the higher you go, it could be that. Although I have not had any issues other than the initial week or two when I first started, and it's been really great. Headaches have probably been the primary side effect that I've experienced, and I think that's just depends. Like this week, I haven't really had headaches. Last week, I think it was last week, I had quite a few. So I don't know if that's even related to the medication or not, or were there other factors involved. So I'm just kind of excited to be on this journey and excited to see where it takes me. And I felt like I've had really good success, and I've been, I think, doing all the things that I need to do to ensure that everything goes well. So let me get to my plan for the injection day. So when I talked to my doctor, I wanted to talk about and discuss with her about going to the 5 milligram. And that will leave me, and I meet with her later this week, so that will leave me with 5 more pens. I had to count that. 5 more pens. And so I'm thinking to myself, okay, I can either stay on the 2.5 for the 5 weeks, um, and then get the 5 milligram, or I was going to ask her, and I don't even know if other people have done this, but in my mind, it makes sense that if I'm going to switch and transition over to the 5 milligram dose rather than take the next 5 pens. I mean, I think I'd like to continue up to 8 weeks on the 2.5. So that would leave me with, I think 4 more pens. And so could I combine those 2.5s to make a 5? I'll talk to her about that. I'm not just going to go willy-nilly and do stuff on my own, but I am going to talk to her and see if that's even a thing, because if 2.5 plus 2.5 basic math makes 5, um, and I want to transition over anyways, I think that makes sense. But that's a question I'll ask her. I don't want to do anything weird or inappropriate or harmful, right? And I've decided to, because I want to go up in dose, I've also decided to change my day. Like I said, I was doing Tuesday evenings and I had no issues with that. Everything was going well. However, I've learned that through other people in the community sharing that when you do go up in dose, there could be more side effects. So I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I don't really want to have major side effects in the middle of my work week, because I feel that would just kind of put a damper on my work. And I am a mental health professional, so kind of hard when you're in the middle of a session, a therapy session, to just say, "Excuse me, I have to go to the restroom for whatever reason," or I have to, you know, excuse myself for this or that. That just, it's not really effective. So I felt like Tuesday evening was not going to work anymore. So today's Wednesday. I'm going to take my this week's dose, week 7 injection tonight, Wednesday, this evening. And then I will move next week, which will be week 8. I'll do that on Thursday. And I think that would be really great, because then if there's any side effects, any potential for side effects, that'll give me Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to deal with it before I go back to work. So that's kind of my thought. So that's the reason why I'm switching my injection days. Now let's get to the weight loss. If you watched my last video, you would know that I had a 3-pound loss last week, which was amazing and exciting. And I weighed myself this morning, and I'll just tell you the comparisons. It went from August 20th to today, 8/27, this morning. And I weighed 262 point, I'm sorry, 261.2 pounds on the 20th. And my BMI was 42.5 and my body fat was 57.1. And there's a whole other list of things that the scale does, but these are the ones I'm focusing on. Then this week, and I'll go backwards, the body fat was 56.7, and that is a 0.4% drop. My BMI went to a 42.2, which is a 0.3 drop. And then my weight was a 259.4, which registers as a 1.8-pound drop. So very close to 2 pounds, and I'm just going to go with that. And I'm pretty excited about that too. It was not as great as last week. Could that just be a fluke? I don't know. 3 pounds is great, but I'm still in the normal range of weight loss. I'm not doing anything extreme. I'm not causing myself harm or anything like that. So I know that it's healthy. The weight loss is healthy. And I'm just going to, slow and steady wins the race, right? That's kind of my focus. And that's how I want to keep it, and just see the progress as I move forward. So I'm happy with that. I weighed 259.4, and I just know by the end of the next week, I could potentially be down. I don't know. I could potentially be down to 255. And I'm very excited about that. I for small goals, I want to see that 250 mark. That's for small goals. I really want to see that. And I just know that's going to make me feel so much closer to my actual goal weight, which I may talk about in another video, because I haven't really decided exactly what I want that to be. I know what kind of normal is for my height and everything, but I'm not really sure what I want to focus on and if it's even a big deal. I know where I think things would be really great, and I'm excited too about getting to Wonderland whenever that occurs, because that's a big achievement. And I see that the progress is happening. I see that it's getting there, and I'm super excited about it. And I'm excited about this journey, and I'm so thankful to all of you who have decided to join me on my journey and just kind of see how things are going with me. Tell me about your injection site. Do you have a specific um, time or day that you like to do it? How is your weight loss going? Go ahead and comment below and subscribe if you haven't. Hit the like button if you really like this video so the algorithm can accept that. And click the notification bell if you want to see when my next video comes out. I know that it's exciting to see other people's journey in the GLP-1 community. So hopefully this encourages you and you feel like just motivated to stay in it and continue what you're doing, and remember that you're a living mosaic. And until next time, you take care. Thanks. Bye.